history as an organization is almost as significant as the collections it keeps and maintains, dating back to like Civil War era. But the Onondaga Historical Association needs some upgrades to its museum to continue preserving our history. And it's about to do just that. So let's go ahead and welcome in OHA Executive Director Lisa Moore. Lisa, good to see you again. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Jeff. It's a pleasure.
So let's go through this. What is this building project really all about? What are you going to be doing?
Sure. So most people don't know that we are actually a 5-story building. We are just about 60,000 square feet. The project is designed to do two things: improve our environmental controls in the areas where our collections are stored. That's paper, furniture, clothing, newspapers.
Newspapers, a lot of, right? A lot of newspapers?
A lot of, yes. Yeah, yep. All the way back to the 1850s in many cases. And then we are also moving our research center and enlarging it to an unfinished floor, and that will co-locate all of our archival staff and the materials that they utilize to serve the community. So it's a really important project. And we're adding a kitchen and some bathrooms on our second floor so that we can accommodate better programming, more visitors, and do more community activities in the building.
You could use a little upgrade there, right? I think that's fair to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I'm very curious. What happens if you weren't able to make these improvements? Are you starting to get to that point where you're really kind of jeopardizing some of the collection that you have?
Of course, yes. And, you know, as the climate has changed, it's gotten warmer. This building has gotten much warmer, so things like paper are very susceptible to humidity. Our paintings, we have over 200 paintings that are, again, susceptible. And just comfort in our administrative spaces are quite warm. So this is an important project for our collection care and for the care of our staff and visitors.
Great, obviously. But any kind of work like this, it costs money. How's this being funded?
Well, we're very lucky. We have a combination of state and private funding. Assemblyman Magnarelli secured $3 million state grant for our work, and that's a huge part of this project. It will be about a $4 million project. We've also benefited from local foundations like the Community Foundation and some wonderful bequests that were left to us to support this work.
Oh, that's great.
So it's not the huge fundraising effort that you might think, but we're still working toward our goals.
Sure. Give me a basic timeline and what kind of impact this will have on the actual facility, the museum itself. Like, when do we start to break ground? Will it impact what people can or can't do there for a little while the work's going on?
Sure. So we're in the final stages of our design work, and then we will be out to bid, hopefully before the end of the summer. That can take a few weeks before we select our general contractor, and then we get underway with the phasing. Quite likely it will involve starting with our roof, which is where the environmental control machinery will go. So there may be some cranes in the sky. Work should begin both outside and inside in terms of preparing the floors that are going to be renovated.
Have to make a few adjustments as far as to what people can get to, or does it not really impact spaces where people visit right now?
It should not impact people's spaces until we move the research center, and that's where things will be offline for a little bit. And of course, it's an older building, so we'll want to make sure we're careful about any environmental concerns. We may need to move staff around as we stabilize things like lead or any asbestos.
Got a little less than a minute to go, so how exciting would you say it is to get to these renovations? Because my guess is they have been in somebody's mind and discussed and talked about for years and years. Is that safe to say? So what's it like to be at this point and really be able to push this museum forward?
Sure, it's a thrill. You know, I think people come into the museum, they realize, wow, you are so much more than what we thought. It's a great opportunity for us to take better care of the things that people are utilizing every day. Our research happens here, our exhibit development happens here. So to be able to secure these materials, ensure their preservation, and also, again, be able to do more for our community. People ask to use our building for a number of functions, and we just don't quite have the capacity without a proper kitchen, enough bathrooms. So this opens up the opportunity for really improved programming as well as the care of the materials we are entrusted with.
Lisa Moore, really appreciate your time. Let's check back in again sometime on progress.
Please come by and say hello.
All right. Thanks, Lisa.
All right. Bye, Jeff.